Welcome to Sulzer Pump Solutions Ireland. We are committed to ensuring your safety during your visit. For this reason, we would like to inform you about our safety guidelines for visitors and safe behaviour in emergencies. Please take careful note both of the short film and your safety leaflet. We wish you a safe and pleasant visit to our site. On arrival, you will need to sign in at the reception desk. This will act as a fire register for the duration of your visit. The receptionist will have already informed the person you are visiting of your arrival. A contractor's or visitor's pass will be given to you, and this must be worn and visible while you are on site. Your host will take you through the safety guide visitor's leaflet. Finally, please remember the pass must be returned to reception before leaving the site. Familiarise yourself with the site layout, which includes plants 1, 2 and 3, as well as the Research and Development Test Centre. The fire alarm is regularly tested. During a routine test, the alarm will sound for a short period and then switch off again. If the alarm sounds continuously, then the fire alert is being triggered and the buildings must be evacuated. In the event of an alert being triggered, you should use the nearest safe exit and go to your assigned emergency assembly point. Your host will now point out the emergency exits and assembly points. If for any reason you are not with your host when the alarm sounds, please contact any Sulzer employee when outside the building so you may be accounted for. All employee, contractor and visitor names will be checked to ensure that nobody is left inside the building. You must not re-enter the building until instructed that it is safe to do so. Further information on emergency and accident procedures as well as evacuation routes are posted at all main entrances. The site speed limit is 10 km per hour and must be strictly observed at all times whilst you're on site. Please ensure that you have parked your vehicle in a designated space as directed by the signs or your host. In the unfortunate event of you having an accident or injuring yourself whilst on site, the incident must be reported to your host. Trained first aid staff are available in all areas. Our first aid centres are indicated on the visitor's safety guide. Smoking is only permitted in the designated smoking areas and is not allowed when walking around the office, grounds or factory. If you wish to smoke, your host will direct you to the nearest smoking shelter. Drugs and alcohol are not permitted on the premises and outlying property. Visitors should always stay with their host throughout the visit. Eye protection and safety footwear is compulsory throughout the factory floor. Visitors will have suitable protection provided for them. Contractors should provide their own personal protection equipment suitable for the work being carried out, including eye protection and safety footwear. When entering the workshops, please read the safety notices. Always keep within the marked walkways. Do not enter areas displaying restricted access signs without prior authorisation from department manager or your host. If you enter an area subject to excessive noise levels, such as one of the grinding areas, you must ensure that you use appropriate hearing protection. Use of cameras or video equipment is strictly prohibited. Permission must be agreed with your host before use. Some test arrangements have electrical cable and hose runs associated with them. You must never walk on cables. Please be aware of these type of tripping hazards and proceed with care. In various areas around the workshop and test facilities, there are high voltage cabinets and cabling. Please follow any safety instructions associated with them. Forklift trucks and other vehicles, together with cranes and hoists, are in constant use throughout the plant. Be aware of their presence and take particular care of reversing trucks or loaded forklifts, where the driver's vision may be obstructed. Another common hazard is the movement of heavy loads using overhead cranes and hoists. You should never stand or walk beneath any load being moved by a crane or hoist. By the nature of the processes in some departments, there is a potential risk of spill liquids and swarf debris underfoot. Be aware of the slip hazards that such spillages can present. Avoid walking through any spillage or any other wet surface. Please take a moment now to familiarise yourself with the safety rules for visitors. These are examples of prohibitory signs, safety instructions, and mandatory signs. Following these simple rules and guidelines will help ensure that you have a safe visit. If anything is unclear, your host will be happy to assist you. As part of our safety management systems, we actively encourage visitors who notice any issues they feel to be unsafe to report the issue to their host.